I ain't gonna expose. I'm not like that. I'm not a snitch. Virginity. It's a hush hush topic.
Yeah. They love me.
Let's see if your parents raised you.
It's deeper than the physical.
What up, fam? Welcome back to the Juxtaposition, everyone. Welcome back to the Juxtaposition. I am Nanners, your lovely dark-skinned melanin host.
Oh, that sounded something else. I thought you said something else.
Dark-skinned melanin host. Yes, we are melanin.
Because mine's in the gutter. My shirt is wrinkly, but don't mind me. My two lovely co-hosts, can you please state your names?
Janet and the beautiful, the gorgeous
Oh my God.
Bernice.
Yeah.
I'm just joking.
Bernice
You're not
is
joking.
a lot of personality.
Yeah.
I've actually been overthinking over the few couple weeks or last couple days. I'm like, wow, she can actually take a lot of room.
Yeah, she could talk a
Like
lot.
her
too.
personality is very large.
Oh, I don't want
So,
to overtake anybody.
No. It's just natural. Like that's
Yeah.
your natural thing. Not saying it's a bad thing. I'm just saying that you have a large personality, so it kind of like consumes a room.
Bernice was talking a lot before we came here too, and like while we were like setting up,
This
she
is
was
not
like,
the Bernice show, so
It's definitely not the Bernice show. We're just telling you about the people. This is how podcasts start, right, Janet? And it was her birthday, so
Yes. Say
Happy
happy
birthday
birthday
to her.
to
Everyone's
Bernice.
belated. Like
Yeah.
a week or like.
I-
By the
yeah,
time
well-
this episode drops, it's gonna be like a month ago.
no, it's not. It's gonna be a month ago.
It's okay.
Listen, people, don't listen to her. You guys didn't state your names.
I did.
I did.
Oh, my bad. Dementia.
But do you have anything to say before I?
No, everything's lovely.
Okay, everything cool.
Yeah.
All right. So every week we're gonna start off with, as we started off last week, about what we're reading and
Yes.
how it's gonna challenge us. So, what have you been reading, and how has it challenged you this week?
You see, Bernice made fun of me. I'm not meant to go back to you, but Bernice made fun of me. She said, Janet's like, oh, what are you reading right now? And I said, First Samuel. She's like, oh, you're still reading that. You're still reading
No,
that.
I just said-
She basically alluded that I don't read. I just
didn't.
journey.
She's like, you haven't
I
got
did
far
not.
in
She
the
thinks
Bible.
I'm not Bernice. She just reads one chapter and just goes to the next thing. No, I journey throughout the whole chapter. So from the last time we talked, I was like on like, I don't know, 14.
I
Now
was
I'm on
just
like
saying-
23. Anyways.
I was just saying, he keeps saying I'm reading First Samuel, and it just feels like it's the same part of the book. And it's been on. Anyways, go ahead.
Yeah, so been reading First Samuel, and I hope you guys read it too. It's a great, so far it's been great example of mishandling blessings and disobedience, because Saul is a disobedient man, very disobedient man. But so far, I'm at the ending, but it just showed me that like, yo, if God gives you something and you don't handle it right, He will take it from you. He will take it from you. And also, wow, it's hard to look over here. It feels like, sorry.
Your neck?
And like I learned that if you like do stuff that can cause you like harm and stuff like that, like mentally and physically, like let's say if I commit an act of sexual sin, like okay, God will forgive you, but don't think that you're gonna have this spirit of like anxiety or depression and stuff like that because you're going through it. You're trying to get through it. So that was me, and that's my story, and that's how I can relate to it. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know why you're looking at me like that.
No, keep going.
Why are you looking at me
No,
like that?
You can explain.
For a second, I just zoned out. So I was like, I was trying to collect. What did you just say?
Maybe you can give her a snapshot again.
No, she can go listen to the
that's okay,
audio.
yeah.
Okay.
She can listen to the audio. You're not being a good co-host right now.
No, I
You're
just
not being a good listener.
I was
Yeah.
I was trying to remember. Like I was trying to catch up. And so anyways, just keep going. It's fine.
She's lost.
It's been a long day.
Anyways, it has been a long day. But yeah, that's basically it. It's like that's how it applies to my life. And I don't want to be a stubborn man, but sometimes I can be stubborn. Oh my gosh, one Bible verse, one of the verse hit me. It said, what does it say? I don't know if you can remember. Stubbornness is as evil as
They compared it to what did they
not
compare
witchcraft, because I think a rebellion is
witchcraft.
yeah. Oh my gosh, I want to get it, but I think I have it. I'm so sorry, listeners, but you guys have time. It's okay. It's right It says rebellion is as sinful as witchcraft, and stubbornness is as bad as worshiping idols. And I just feel like I've been so stubborn in certain things that I made it such an idol in my life. You know, I made the problems an idol. I'm like, I'm not gonna get rid of. I'm the victim. I'm gonna continue to be mad. This person hurt me, so this is an idol in my life. And then when you finally let God like come into your life and you break down that idol, then watch Him work. So yeah, that's my thing. So yeah.
Good.
Thanks.
Bernice?
What I've been reading, I read my daily devotional. That's called, I don't remember again. It's something about going stronger in the presence of God or something like that. Deepening your, yeah.
Okay.
Oh, are you?
Oh no, I was just.
Oh, okay.
No, I'm
Yeah.
just-
So, but that's basically, yeah,
Oh.
I'm reading that. And so I'm on day like 12 or something like that. And it was speaking about just following God's hands and being the hands. Because Jesus, obviously, there's a story where a leper came and he wanted to be cleansed. And it's like, the leper's like, all right, can you, heal me? And Jesus like, I am willing. Like, and so he touched him, and leper it's contagious. You can get leprosy, and it's a skin disease, so it's horrible. And at that time too, it's like they were outcasted. Like you are literally living outside of the town. And so they're begging for food. They can't work. Nobody wants to be around you. Like, so yeah, and the fact that Jesus, who is pure, and at that time too, if you touch somebody, you're deemed unclean. And so Jesus did the complete opposite, and he touched the leper and obviously healed him. And so,
Forget about that story.
yeah, but it's actually
TBH.
quite challenging. It is a challenging to obviously.
It is a challenging, sorry. Anyways,
Huh?
continue.
Oh, to serve, and in terms of going to places where it's like dirty, nasty, stinky, just all types of things.
Yeah, I feel that challenge. Sorry to interrupt, but I feel that challenge because I have placement. I'm in a new field or wherever, and I work with people who have delayed or disabilities or developmental disabilities, and like some of them, like you have to do the work of feeding them, like making sure that like sometimes they drool, sometimes like there's all types of things, like sometimes they have illnesses that can come out of shock, like maybe you didn't know what was coming, or like they could be aggressive or certain behaviors, right? And this is like kind of new to me in a new environment, and some things kind of irk me because I've never, like, I probably deal with normal people on a regular daily basis, but then going ahead and going into that environment helps me to be more humble and patient and just see, like, it's kind of like how Jesus would emulate if whatever challenge you have, you're human, right? So it's kind of like people would deem it as people being unclean or not being normal or whatever. So that has really challenged me and being in that environment. So, yeah.
Yeah, so it's just like not just being comfortable in terms of where I am and just working with people that are deemed normal and they look physically okay, they smell okay. It's like they're fine. But when you go into a place where it's like, for example, homeless shelters, you're going to be getting all types of smells, all types of people. And it's difficult to concentrate on how to serve this person.
Not even your face.
It's
just
just
gonna show.
it's just like you're
uncomfortable.
getting uncomfortable, right? And so, but Jesus, he showed us like it's more than just the smell. Like you're going deeper than that. And so, if you see this person as how I see this person, then you're gonna go and serve him like your brother or your sister. Like they are your brother and your sister. And so, yeah, it's just learning to emulate Jesus in terms of using my hands, using my feet, using my gifts, using my talents, and going to places where I am uncomfortable. And I have been before. Like our church used to do Deeds. Hopefully they bring that back. But Deeds is basically a homeless outreach where we go downtown, give hot chocolate, speak to people, and try to share the gospel. And so that originally was very challenging because it's like, I don't know what this person is going to do. And it's just this notion of you think homeless people are just crazy. Like they're just automatically just going to go on the street. They're going to come in and yell at you or say something or do something crazy. And it's like, no, they're normal people that have been going through situations or have struggled. And so it's unfortunate that they ended up homeless and some people end up using drugs. But most people, it's like, it's not their fault. It's just life happens. And so, and you just see that people on the street sleeping on the ground. And so it's like, it's more than that. And so if you're one of those people, just remember it's a blessing to have a home. It's a blessing to have a job. It's a blessing to have money. And so the best thing you can do is to give back. So Yeah.
Yeah. So what I've been reading is Matthew 13. It's about the sower parable and how the seeds were dropped. So I'm just going to name the 4 so you guys have like a little bit of tidbit of what I'm talking about. So the 4 is the seeds are scattered along the path and the birds eat them up. Second is the seeds are on a rocky place with little soil, sprang up quickly, but later scorched and withered by the sun because there's no root. 3 is other seeds fell among the thorns, which grew and then choked the plant out. And then 4, the seeds on good soil produced to a crop of 160 or 30 times what was sown. So, of course, we all want to be the 4th seed and where it grows in good soil. And it just kind of reminded me, like, I think it jolted me in my faith in terms of where I'm at and how my faith is. And is it growing? Is it just kind of like, you know, am I being challenged? Like every day, am I putting what I'm learning into action? And that's kind of my prayer in terms of like, I don't want to just read it and have those seeds like eaten up because it's easy to just like read the word and then intake it and then
It's just sitting.
It's sitting and or it's being scorched. Like okay, you kind of went on good soil and then you know it kind of went away very quickly. So I want it to be like deep rooted soil, deep roots, right? So it can grow and flourish and have good fruits. Like we want to be seen by good fruits, and that to me could be like giving and what I read in the word, I can actually do and go out and do practical things that I can do to kind of show that my seeds were planted, whatever was planted, either by me reading or being taught by it, it's actually being used and not kind of just laying dormant in me. So I've been practicing what I preach this week a little bit, but it's definitely, it has been difficult in terms of like some of the things like that Jesus was saying, like it's kind of harsh, but it's truth. So yeah.
That's good.
Yeah, I want to get to the 4th seed. I mean, I want to be the 4th seed in good soil.
Yeah.
Bear good fruit, but yeah, it is a challenge.
I think I'm in
What's the 3rd one again?
so other seeds fell among thorns which grew and then choked the plants.
I think that could be potentially me sometimes. My faith is not like rooted, and that's the
That's the goal, to reach to that point,
to get
right?
rooted and grounded in that, and like life can come, but I'm not gonna get
Sway,
choked out.
yeah.
So
I want to get choked out. Yeah, but
well, thanks for that, Janet.
Thanks.
yeah.
That's-
I hope
never
you
heard
guys
that
were
one before,
encouraged.
still.
Yes,
never
read
heard
your
that one
word.
before.
It has so many good nuggets and lessons that we
And
can
tidbits.
do. Yes. And one thing I want to say is like when we read the word, sometimes it seems so confusing and it doesn't seem practical that sometimes we need to use resources
Yeah.
to understand it,
That's
because
why they're there.
I ain't be understanding all the things I'm
commentaries.
reading. Commentaries, devotionals, podcasts to kind of break it down. I'm like, that's how it can be
Or
seen
talk to
practically.
people about it.
Yeah. So
Yeah, one of the best things you can do is talk to people about it,
yeah.
because then it's like they share what they know, and so like I like that because at work ICO, like we have devotionals and then we break down a verse and like, oh, that's okay. So different angles. It's nice to hear people's perspective from it. Obviously, it's the will of God
Yeah.
and how He wants it to be.
Yeah.
So speaking about work. Listen, I'm done talking about work. I'm done talking about work. But work is a part of life. There's nothing we could do about it. And so this episode is going to be speaking about burnout.
Yeah.
And I feel like some of us, maybe most of us who are listening, may have reached that point in our lives already.
Everyone's probably get to that point.
Who are in
to
the
be
state of
honest.
being burnt out or have already been burnt out and just learn how to, either they're coping with it or just kind of like I'm not, or they're in
Coping
denial.
is not good.
Yeah, because it could lead to resentment.
Yeah.
So yeah, burnout. So how has burnout been a problem in, I guess, your workplace, since that's one of the things that is like
Well,
very-
first of all, have you experienced burnout?
Yeah.
Yes, multiple times.
Multiple. That's not good.
I guess different
But I don't-
seasons.
Yeah, like
maybe.
different seasons. Like I don't
Because
know. Like,
burnout is not just one time. It's like maybe it can be
definition of
during like
burnout?
a school season, or it could be during a work season, like
I don't know. I'm going through burnout in the process until it's after. is done. Like, if that makes sense. So like I can go through a week and I'm like, people be, oh, you're burning out, or like it could be a month.
No, but burnout. For me, I feel burnout is like it's a gradual process.
That's what I was gonna say. Burnout can also be seen as stress.
Yeah, so that's what I'm saying. So it's a gradual process. It's not like just because everybody gets to a season where it does get stressful. That's different. But burnout is like you're at a point where like you're growing resentment, and the way that you behave now is changed because of the feeling that you have.
That was me September to December, no lie. Literally, that was me. summer, I was lollygagging. You know, it was work, but it was summer. You know, and the changes of seasons actually play a part too. But September to boom, definitely, I was like, and I grew resentment in the church. And for us, like, well, we all worked in ministry. So ICO is planted in the church. So you work for ICO and then you do some hours with, the church, and you're doing children's ministry and stuff like that. So you're there all the time. So now things get blurred as like, okay, I'm working for ICO, but then I have to come for this day and this day. And then I want to come for church, but you don't want to because you want to rest. So it's like, I just feel like I'm ripping and running the streets too much. And it's like, I don't want to be around anybody. And I'm tired of talking. And people will be like, oh, Nana, you look tired. I am.
But, okay, this is a question like, so all these things that you're doing, who was it for? Because sorry. And this is for me too. I was just like, who was it for? Because
for people. Was it for me?
Okay, so that's...
Or Jesus. It was for people. You need this done. I'm going to get this done. And it's like, that's foolish of me.
No, okay.
To be honest.
Let's reel it back though. But in that time, you're not thinking that's foolish. You're just doing it because you're just like, okay, I want to please this person. I want to help this person. I want to make sure that they're good and whatnot. But it's... For me, that was the main reason why I got burnt out. Yeah. Like coming into initially, like keep talking, y'all. Initially, when I first started working with the church, it was I did it because I wanted to serve. Like I had this initial feeling like, you know what? It was during COVID. I don't have much happening. Like I need to just serve. I feel like God was giving me that inclination, like, hey, do this for, like, this is the time for you to serve.
Yeah.
And so, that's what I did. And so going into it, was just like, sure, no problem. Let me just serve. Let me do my thing. Let me help God.
Easy, eh?
Let me help the church.
For the Lord.
Let me do ministry, let me do all those things. Yeah. Hey.
We got a special guest in the house. Don't worry. You guys will see her soon.
But yeah, it was easy at first because I was like, yo, no problem. I had nothing to do. And then I had ICO, and ICO has always been a part of my journey with work, and so that was fine for me. And I was just very like, okay, sure, no problem. Let's do both. I could do both. That's not a problem. Who couldn't do both? This is easy work.
Or it's like, oh yeah, okay, I'm doing 30 hours in a week. Okay, you're giving me 10. And you're giving me 20. Oh, I can make that work.
Yeah, but nope. It feels like a full-time job. It's like, that's easy. Like, how much is it? How much work is it? Yeah. But then the reality is each work job or whatever it is, the responsibility will increase.
It requires more.
It will require more time because you go deeper into it. They see that there's more that you can offer. Yeah. So then you start to take on more, and then you start to take on more, and then you're just like, sure, no problem. No problem. I can help you with that. Oh, you need me to? Sure, no problem. I could do that. And so for me, it was hard for me to say no because I'm like, if I say no, then they're never going to call me, or they're never going to be able, they're going to think I'm unreliable.
So you think burnout is it happens because of some of the things that you deal with in terms of like the characters that you possess?
Yeah, I feel
in
like,
terms of like people pleasing, or maybe wanting to be that person to be called.
Yeah, I feel like it has to do with part of how you view yourself and how you want people to view you.
Yeah.
Because it's like burnout is, I feel like, it's how you want people to view you. So if you keep doing things, most of the time people, burnout because they're trying to impress somebody or trying to sustain a specific image. And so eventually you keep working, or like you keep working so people can look at you and be like, hey, like this girl's really, she work hard, she knows how to juggle everything, she's organized. It's, at the end of the day, I'm like dying.
Yeah, in the back.
In the
like,
background.
Oh my goodness.
And then I start to do things. Eventually I start to do things because I'm just doing it just to do it at this point. I literally have no passion at the end of the day. And then my response to people when they ask me to do things, it's just like, fine, sure, no problem. Yeah. Or I'll say, yeah, sure, no problem. But in the back of my head, I'm like, are you serious? Like, why are you even asking me this? I don't have the time to do these things. So I start to get mad. I start to get angry. But it's not their fault. It's just I just don't know how to say no. And I don't know when to stop.
Remember that conversation I had with Pastor Trevor? Or I was around you and I said, how come Pastor Trevor, like when if Pastor Trevor were to call someone else, like call upon someone else, like why are you calling someone else? I'm the one that
I'm available.
You know, I'm available all the time, and it's like no, it's like it shouldn't be like that because I feel like we all have that image. It's like, oh, Bernice, Janet, Nana, wow, they do so much things.
Yeah,
it's not
and
now,
it's
not
like,
me. I'm probably the one who's like, Janet, where are you? Like, you're never here.
Yeah.
That's how I'm seen.
But
That's a bad
balance.
thing too.
No, but there is balance though. I genuinely, until like the end of last year, I did not know how to say no. I didn't.
Yeah,
it was
that was
so
a problem.
hard for me to say what.
And sometimes when we have that conversation, I'm like, Bernice, you know you can say no. She's like, no, but, and there's always an excuse. I'm like, you know what? Hey, you could rest today.
Yeah.
And I've said no. You could have not taken on 5 things and maybe done 3.
Yeah.
And actually been able to rest and be able to rejuvenate.
Or do it effectively instead of
exactly, and do it with happiness and joy. And sometimes I feel like because we want to present a certain image, we kind of forget who we're working on to. Like we're not working on to the Lord anymore. So like our perspective kind of gets skewed and we're like, oh no, I'm working on to the Lord because, you know, he wants me to be in kids program and do all the things. And it's like, are you really working on to the Lord? And are these children really getting the best of you? And are you teaching the word and being filled? Or are you pouring out and being empty at the end of the day? And then when you go home, you just do the same thing over again. It's like, the Lord doesn't want you to be like, you know, run dry.
When me and you did children's ministry together, I remember doing it every Sunday, and I didn't even open my Bible.
Yeah, same. I was like,
wow,
Like,
we gotta talk to whoever hired you guys because that is a no.
I did, and I tried, like obviously, but like not consistently how I'm doing it now. But like we will be going every week, and I think at the time we had school too, so every week we be doing it, and it's like I wasn't even filled. So it's like all that things, like what is it even?
So do you
for?
think? But the problem that I find is that the church doesn't really teach about rest.
They don't.
They don't.
I genuinely did not know what that meant.
They don't, man.
And I'm still learning, but I genuinely feel like that has not been taught well.
Right. I think
And
rest
so-
is bad sometimes. Like me sitting down watching a show, I think it's blasphemous sometimes.
But that's your that's you, and it depends on how often you're doing that. But I'm just saying, like in terms of like having a rest day, not like just
like a Sabbath,
like literally a Sabbath.
Emphasizing on the Sabbath is not like told or it's not taught on.
I've never really heard about that before.
Yeah.
And the
It's
only
not.
person that I heard that's done that before is Pastor Prince.
I knew you.
No, until
he would
he's
take
like,
a week
and
off.
he's like,
No.
I don't talk to nobody.
it's
I was
not
like,
even
nobody?
no, but it's not even a week off. It's a Saturday
a day.
morning. He said that
Yeah.
Saturday morning, don't call me, don't text me, I'm not available unless it's like an emergency or something like that. And it's the fact that he's really stern and firm about that time is so impressive because for me, I'm like, my Saturday, I mean, I could fit you in, even though I don't want to. I could still fit you in.
Yeah. Every Saturday for me is supposed to be a rest day, but every Saturday it fluctuates. This Saturday I can be doing this, and then this Saturday I can be at home chilling. But it's like, no, I need it to be consistent, like how Pastor Prince does it. And I just find that I feel like if I keep on doing that,
So imagine, so I can only imagine because obviously Jesus wants us to rest, and he's not telling us to work 7 days, 24 hours every single. Like that's not the point. That's not how he called us. That's not how he designed us in the first place. Because if he did, then
Well, that's why so many of
why
us now
would
are
he? Yeah, like
experiencing.
it's not. There's no point,
Like, you
right?
know?
And so if he's called us to rest, I think we have to start changing our mindset of how we think about our days, our weeks, our time, or like the minutes, the hours, how we spend it, and prioritize certain things. For me, I think in this season, I'm like, I need to prioritize the gift things that God has called me to in this season. I can't do everything. If it's 2 things that I'm gonna do, then it's 2 things I'm gonna do.
Focusing on that 1 or 2 things
And
and
doing it
mastering
well.
it.
Doing
Yeah.
it well, yeah.
Doing it well.
Yeah, but I think we have to give ourselves some credit. We scaled back and started to like focus on 1 or 2 things.
Because you know what happened? You started to hate to come to, the
To be
building.
there.
You
Well,
started
let me put my
And
business
that's not where you
like
want to get
being
to,
around.
right?
I
You don't want to
don't-
get to that
Yeah.
point.
I was the media person at church for a season. You know, it didn't work out, and I was doing bare things plus children's ministry. But you know, that media thing went away, and now I'm just focused on children's ministry, and I feel better. Like I don't feel like it's super stressed. Like I feel like I can actually like navigate well on a Sunday. I can take some time to read this, not have to think in the back of my mind that, oh my gosh, is this person needing this? This person wanted this. No, I can focus on the kids and actually do it throughout the week. Because like it's just too much when you're juggling too many things. You start to hate the church, the building. How are you gonna hate the church building? That's crazy.
Yep.
Church? No, I didn't want to
And
go.
you know
If
what
it's not
saw me?
working, I
I
don't
was
want to
like,
go.
to be honest, you didn't see me on Saturday service because I was there Sunday. I was there during the week.
Oh, yeah?
I said, oh no.
You can't see me on Saturday service.
You won't
I'll
see
be
me.
telling you, I said, I'm not coming to Saturday service. I told one of the pastors, Pastor John, I said, I'm burnt. I
yeah.
don't
I'm
want to
not.
be in this building. I'm not coming.
And that's and I feel like that's how the enemy works with like
pushing you away
pushing
from the
you
church.
away from the church, and
Yeah.
it pulls you away from community because you're just like, I'm not coming.
I don't even want
Yeah.
to talk to nobody.
I've been here too
Yeah.
many times.
Yeah.
I'm not coming.
Yeah.
And so you can see me Sunday. That's when you can
Yeah.
see me. I'm gonna be there
Yeah.
Sunday. But that's how it works.
What's funny too is
Yeah.
that they don't see you Sunday because then you're at the children
You're
and then you
busy.
leave and
Yeah.
you're like,
And you're cleaning, you're doing all this stuff, and
You're
sometimes
avoiding.
unconsciously I'm be like, yo, I'm gonna like put myself away and go home.
Yeah.
Like I'm not
Yeah.
talking to anyone. Yo, because them kids, oh my gosh, they take the
take
living
energy.
soul out of you. Not in a bad way, but it's like it's a lot. You're dealing with 35 kids every Sunday. That's a lot. So
yeah. But I can say like definitely like now scaling back and doing just children's ministry and doing the little kids, it's like 360. Like
Yeah.
I can literally read my word and then I think teach that week, read and then the next week the same thing, it aligns. It was like when I'm reading and what I'm teaching,
It's coming.
it's coming together. It's
Do you
like
feel like now that you're not doing as much, like spiritually, you feel like
Filled.
you have room to be
pour.
filled? Yeah.
Yeah. I feel like I'm pouring, but I'm also receiving when I'm taking my time to actually like read my word. And like I can tell because the kids enjoy it. Like I'm not coming in not knowing what I'm not doing.
Not
Like some
filled.
days I'm telling you that orange kids stuff when we used to do it in the summer, I don't be knowing what I'm doing, to be honest.
I
Let's
didn't
be
hear
real.
that story before.
And we're like,
Especially
what
if
is
you
this?
didn't read
Let's read
it. Especially if you didn't read it before.
Oh my
You just come on a
goodness.
Sunday and be like, oh, let me just read this
Yeah.
script. But I find myself that I'm more effective.
Yes.
Scaling back from certain things and just focusing on this one thing. It's like I can read it on Tuesday, Wednesday,
Yeah.
whatever, and actually know what I'm reading about and go back to the word and
Yeah.
read it. So it's like I think that's the key point people got to take away. Do not take on too much. You
Yeah.
take on a little bit and you master it and you'll be more effective.
I just
and-
think you just have to, but also being intentional about praying, like, God, where do you actually
Yeah.
want me in this
Yeah,
season?
yeah,
like,
yeah.
Yeah. What
not
should I
just,
serve?
I know I have all these gifts, so I need to
Yeah.
use all of it in this season. It's like,
Yeah.
no, if he wanted to do, he would have made you that way, but he doesn't want you to.
Yeah.
He wants you to use specific gifts in the specific time for a specific
Yeah.
reason for a specific audience.
And trust
Right?
that God will provide in that sector, that whatever that needs to
Yeah.
be filled in. Because it's like, oh my God, this person can't do it. Oh no, I'ma do it.
That's-
Like you know,
yeah.
but it's like no,
Guilty.
God will provide.
Guilty,
Yeah.
guilty.
I want to do tech. I want to do pictures. I want to do children's ministry. I want to paint the walls. Like, bro, no.
Yeah.
Other people want to be called on, and they need to be called on to
Yeah.
come and help. We
Yeah.
all have gifts that need to be used.
And I feel like sometimes that verse, like I'm paraphrasing, the verse is like, God will not give me more than I can not handle.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, but you have to,
Be
that's
smart.
like a literal verse. Like he won't give you more than you can handle. Like it's if it's only 3, it's 3, not 5.
Yeah.
Like you
Yeah.
have to really, know what your spiritual capacity is, you know,
In
and
that time, yeah.
in that time. So maybe he can add more when you're ready to add more. But if you can't do good with the
little that you
little that you have, and you're doing like 5 things, like it's gonna be horrible.
For no point, you're gonna just.
We're doing a reverse instead of going little and building up. We did big and we're scaling down. So,
Yeah.
but it's a good thing
that's
that
the
we realized.
best way, though. Even like in the business world culture, why would you want to have 5 businesses to start off? Just start off with 1 or 2.
Hey, some people
work
started
that.
They have big dreams.
They do, and some
You're
people
gonna be burnt out.
But it's true. You
You
lose
gonna
money
die.
and you be broke. And
You'll be broke. Be smart, man.
yeah.
Do that 1 or 2 things and watch it grow. And then once that 1 or 2 things happens, watch all the the branches follow after that. So yeah, man, burnout sucks. But
take pleasure in rest. He does want us to rest.
Take a walk.
He does need
Go
you
to the
take a
spa.
break. He
Do
needs
leisure
to.
activity, because that is
play
literally
card
important.
games with your brothers or sisters or something.
I just think,
know?
and this is a challenge for myself, but also for you guys, is to actually take a Sabbath this year. Like, purposely say.
It may not be the whole day.
No,
though.
that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Purposely say.
That's a
if
good
it's
point.
Tuesdays from 10 a.m. to 3 o'clock. That's me time. I'm gonna do something that gives me joy. That I can.
Yeah.
It doesn't have to necessarily be spending time with the work. It can literally be something that you've always wanted to do, but never had the time to, and that's your time.
Right.
And that's a challenge for me. It's like for Fridays, that's supposed to be my off day, but I'd be here doing A, B, C, D,
Yeah, I don't
E,
know.
F, G, all the
I'd
way
be
to
like, yo,
Z.
Bernice, do not talk to me about
My mom
work
would be
right
like,
now.
"Isn't she supposed to be home?"
Like, bro, get off my phone over work.
It is her
I'll
off day.
literally tell her that, don't talk to me about work. It's your off day.
So yeah, it's just a challenge, but that is a challenge for us this year is to
Yeah.
actually
I need to figure mine out.
intentionally take our Sabbath, and if it's a half a day, it's half a day, and then see how God moves in those.
I'd be taking
moments.
myself out.
So-
I'd be going to Von Mills to the food court and I'll just sit down and eat.
You did that one time.
No, I
Acted
did that
you
like 3 times actually, 4 times.
he's
I
acting like he did
promise.
that like
I
10
do that-
times.
No, I do that a lot. I'm the king of going out to eat and just eat and then have one AirPod in and watching the show.
That's
and just,
not you time. That's
no, it is
distraction
though.
time.
No, it's not. It's not. Don't.
I think
How
so.
you trying to whatever? I don't
I
know.
would
Help
say
me.
basketball or something like that is something like a me time, because it's like you love to play and you're getting intentional time
working
in it.
out
Working
or
out.
just being in my bed watching.
I'm gonna learn how to
me
swim
time
this
is
year.
cooking
That's
too.
my me time. I'm gonna spend my 45 minutes. It won't be 45 minutes, but like I'm saying, like the
Yeah.
Sabbath won't be 45 minutes. But that's a part of the thing. Like I think
Yeah.
Friday could be my Sabbath.
Yeah.
Oh, trend of
let's see.
Fridays.
Let's see if let's see how it goes and see how God works.
We'll scale back to you guys and tell you how it goes.
Yeah.
Because sometimes my Sabbath looks scattered. Oh, this Friday I got 2 hours there. Saturday I got 3 hours there. Sunday I got 2 hours there. But it needs to be consistent and intentional. Boom.
Got it.
Just like that. Mic drop.
Thank you.
All right, friends.
How long is we're
I
done
don't know.
already? Like what the heck? I'm
But
joking.
if
I'm
you're
joking.
new, welcome. Thanks for listening. Thanks for finishing this episode. really appreciate. If you haven't subscribed, please do so. Click that subscribe button. If you're watching on YouTube, if you're listening on Spotify,
Yeah.
follow us. Give us a rating, 5-star. Comment down below in terms of what you liked about this episode. If you experienced burnout. Things that you do actually, if you have experienced it and things that you're doing now to change that,
Yeah.
definitely give us tips. We are open to that. Once again, thank you for listening. We hope you guys enjoyed the
I have one
episode.
more thing to say.
Okay, what is it?
If you are interested in being a part of the team, there will be a post coming out. Probably before this. But if you're interested, hit us in the DM.
Yes, we are looking to expand our
Please.
team,
Yes.
audio, visual, editing.
Yes.
If you like
And
photography.
social media.
Yeah, social media.
If you love photography, hit us up. We definitely need some.
we like taking pictures. Say cheese, guys. Cheese. Exactly. See?
Yeah.
That's our thumbnail right there. See? You saw I did that?
Maybe I didn't smile for
Anyways,
too
we are
long.
signing off.
Okay.
We will see you guys next week.
Yeah, no, for sure.
Yes.
We're consistent.
Bye.
Stay best.
Bye. See ya.